you so much for coming back for another video. I have my friend Grace here, who is a working mom entrepreneur. She's actually my financial coach, so I'm so excited for you to meet her, so stay tuned. How did you get started with entrepreneurship and your journey?
I was originally a pre-med student. I graduated with a microbiome degree. I was supposed to be a pediatrician, and then after graduating, I took a year off, and I realized that there were a lot of doctors that had all the money, but they didn't have time. With their family, they didn't know how to manage their money, and on the other hand, my mom, she's a business owner and in the same field, and she had more time, more money, and I realized that if I wanted to start my own family, that I'd want to have the same. So instead of a medical doctor, I pursued becoming a financial doctor.
Cool. So what's your morning routine?
So in the morning, it's dedicated to the boys. So as soon as we wake up, we have breakfast, and since they're not in school, I kind of homeschool them in the mornings before I start my day in the business. And so mornings is just for the boys, whether it's school activities or going out to the park, and then in the afternoons to the evening would be the business.
That's so fun. So what are some working mom budgeting hacks?
Yeah, so the first thing I think, whether you're a working mom or just in general, is that we have to be disciplined. A lot of times people want to save money, they want to budget, but if we're not disciplined enough, then you can easily sidetrack and spend money elsewhere, right? It should go towards more important goals. The first thing is to be disciplined. The second thing I think is to have a foundation. That's what we teach families when we educate them on building financial security, is that you have to have a foundation, making sure you have, number one, enough emergency money set aside. We recommend at least 3 to 6 months of emergency set aside to start with. So if in case your car breaks down, you get laid off, you got money you can dip into. The second thing is to have enough life insurance. We don't really think about that much, but if you no longer come home, your income doesn't come in, but the bills still do. So you want to make sure you have that set up, as well as a will, if in case you pass away, your assets don't go through probate, and it can make things a lot easier. So having a foundation, and then the next thing is really to have a goal. If you set a goal of, okay, this is how much we need to set aside for this and that, kind of have like that envelope system. If you don't have the money, don't spend it. Plan ahead as well, because if you plan meals, that's what we do, is we just plan ahead of time, because in terms of, especially with meals and going out, because if you don't, end up eating out and spending more than you should. And then rewarding yourself. I think that's the biggest thing with budgeting, is if you reached your goal in terms of your spending habits and things like that, and then you can reward yourself and go out to eat with the family when you've achieved your goal.
Wow, that's good information. That's super loaded.
Yeah.
How do you meal prep?
Well, technically, in terms of meal prepping, my husband does more of that.
Yes, that's awesome.
Which is a good woohoo partnership right there. But a lot of times it's just really planning ahead, right? Like on Sunday, usually, just to plan everything for the week. We have the breakfast and lunch set up, but he helps with all of that. Cool. But again, planning ahead of time really helps us in terms of not spending too much in eating out.
Cool. So what books are you reading now?
So that was one of my resolutions, is to read more. So I'm reading a few of them. The first one is Start and End Your Day Right with Joyce Meyer. I love it because it's awesome to start your day with a verse, and just to make sure that everything you do is to glorify God, and I love starting my day reading verses and applying it to everyday things. And also reading Real Leadership by John Addison. Great topics that he covers in terms of leadership, how he was able to build his business, build our company actually, and a lot of topics in terms of leadership applies to how you raise children and how to raise, how to build, make relationships better in terms of with your parents and your loved ones and your spouse. So leadership also has a lot to do with the books that I read.
Cool. So what life quote do you live by?
I always live by God. Give me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yes.
I think as a working mom, we try to do it all. We try to, we think that, you know, that we have to be the one to do everything, and sometimes things don't turn out our way. But by living by that quote, that helps me to realize, you know, we're only human, we can only do so much, and we can only control what we can. Another quote is, all I can do is all I can do. And that's something that I have to tell myself as a mom, as a working mom all the time. That's by Art Williams. But it's true, you know, as long as you know you've done what you can do, you've done your best, as a mom, as a wife, as a, you know, as a businesswoman, I think that's, you know, that's the best that you can.
Awesome, that's good. So if you can take anyone out for coffee, who would it be and why?
I actually would take out CEO of Care.com. Her name is Sheila Lirio Marcello, and the reason is because well, she started this website Care.com that basically linked families with caregivers for, or let's say babysitters for, you know, whenever you needed help. And I think that's one thing as a mom, is that we have to learn how to delegate, and again, we can't do it all. And that website that she created has basically led her company to become publicly traded.
Wow.
She's a Filipino American
I didn't know that.
CEO, and what's awesome with her is well, I would love to sit with her to kind of, you know, pick her brain on how she did it as a working mom, and as well as what she's doing now. She actually has these leadership workshops to help empower women, and to promote more business women out in the field, you know, to just help the global economy. So so just women, you know, empowerment is also a reason why I would love to meet her.
Wow, that's good. So what advice would you give to moms who want to leave a financial legacy for their kids?
Yeah, so the biggest advice that I would leave is that as a mom, you just have to get financially educated. You have to get proactive when it comes to your finances. I actually had a client whose husband passed away. The husband did work in terms of the money, the paying the bills, and now that he had passed away, she's just left crippled. And that was one thing that she, you know, she felt comforted in us knowing that we were there to help her. But it just helps as a mom, you know, to know about your finances, you know, get educated when it comes to money, because whether your husband's there, whether you're a single mom, you know, it's always important to know, because once you have a hold of your finances and you learn ways to be able to build a financial legacy, you can pass that on to your children, and to also all the women entrepreneurs to build a business that can give you more time and money. You know, that's the biggest commodity that we can offer, the blessings that we can give to our family and our children, is to give more time, more of our time and more of our money. And when you have a business that can help you do that, then you know that helps you fulfill your journey here. I know it helps me fulfill my journey, and why God put me here to, you know, to help families. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so she added so much value, so much good information. So now we're gonna do a lightning round, okay?
Let's do it.
Grace,
Yes.
talking or texting?
Talking.
Person you mostly trust with a secret?
Person I mostly trust with secret?
Yes.
My husband.
Good answer. Last thing you grabbed in the fridge?
The last thing I grabbed in the fridge was fat-free hazelnut coffee mate.
Good. Favorite nickname for yourself?
G-Unit.
Yes. Okay. Now I know. Biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve? Just disorganization. I can't stand not being organized.
Cat or dog?
Dog, for sure.
Last song you had on repeat?
Last song that I had on repeat? Whatever It Takes.
If you only
Imagine
had
Dragons.
Okay. If you only had one item for a zombie apocalypse, what would it be?
What's a zombie apocalypse?
Like if the zombie took over.
Oh. If I could have one item.
One item in the zombie apocalypse.
Water.
Water. Air dry or blow dry your hair?
Air dry.
Because we don't have time for it. New York City or LA?
LA.
That's where family is.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you want to contact Grace, just comment below. And thank you so much. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.